Have you ever felt transparent? You are in the room, but you are not of the room. You speak, and your voice becomes an echo before it even leaves your lips. There is a strange physics at play, where your ideas, your best efforts, they dissolve into the air, acknowledged with a polite nod, and then instantly, completely forgotten. You are a ghost at your own banquet. And then there are the others. They carry their own gravity. They say little, yet the very architecture of the room seems to bow in their direction. Opportunities, respect, deference. It flows toward them, as if obeying a fundamental law you were never taught. They are not louder. They are simply more solid. They are an anchor, while you are adrift. And so the world divides. Not into the good and the bad, not even the rich and the poor. It divides into two far more fundamental states of being, the echo and the voice. You've felt the sting of this division. You offer a thought-out strategy in a meeting, and it is met with a vacant silence. An hour later, a person with more confidence and less insight repeats your core discovery, and the room anoints them a visionary. It's more than frustrating. It is a quiet theft of your very existence, an act of erasure. You've been told to be good, to be competent, to be agreeable. You've played by the rules of a game you were promised was fair. But what if that promise was a beautifully crafted lie? A lullaby for the masses, designed not to elevate you, but to keep you compliant. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche warned of this, the morality of the herd, where the virtues of patience and diligence are preached by the wolves to the sheep. Goodness is not a currency that power recognizes. Competence is not a language it speaks. The world does not run on merit. It runs on leverage, on understanding the hidden machinery beneath the stage, on knowing the rules the rule makers never write down. And today, we are going backstage. So you stand at a crossroads. You can continue to be an echo, hoping someone finally decides to listen, or you can decide to become a voice, understanding that being heard is not a gift. It is a skill. To learn this skill, you need a new map, a true map, because the one you were given, the one that tells you, work hard and be nice, leads to a dead end. It's a map that was drawn by the people who already own the destination. But there is another map, a real one. It isn't new. It was charted centuries ago by thinkers who had the courage to look at the world as it is, not as they wished it would be. Men like Machiavelli didn't write books about good versus evil. They wrote instruction manuals on how human beings actually operate. They gave us the unedited source code of human nature. Our fears, our ambitions, our egos. Most people spend their lives trying to install software that is incompatible with that source code, and they wonder why it keeps crashing. From these brutally honest observations, I have distilled the 7 fundamental laws of connection. These aren't abstract theories for a classroom. They are the psychological levers that quietly control every meeting, every negotiation, every relationship. They are the invisible architecture of power. But before we examine the first law, you must understand a critical warning. Learning these laws is like collecting a set of keys. You can hold them, you can admire them, but they are utterly useless until you realize they all open the same lock. That master lock is a principle I call the anchor of value. Have you ever met someone a storm couldn't move? Someone who seems rooted to the earth, solid and unshakable in their own being? That is the feeling of someone who has an anchor of value. Now think of the opposite, that feeling of being light, easily pushed aside, of needing the slightest gust of approval to keep your balance. That is life without an anchor. The anchor of value is the internal source of gravity that makes your words land with weight. It's the silent declaration that you exist, with or without anyone else's permission. What we are about to do is not just learn 7 tips. We are learning the 7 steps to forging your own anchor. Each law is a hammer blow, a turn of the screw in the construction of a new you, a you that cannot be ignored. So we will walk through the laws now, one by one. But never forget that each is just a path leading back to this single, vital core. At the end, we will unlock it together. Let's begin. Law number 1, never outshine the master. The most common mistake is also the most human. When we meet someone of high rank, our first instinct is to prove our own worth. We want to be seen as clever, talented, a rising star. So we show off our knowledge. We display our skills. We try to impress. This does not earn respect. It breeds insecurity. Powerful people, especially those who are insecure, are standing on a fragile platform built of ego. Your bright light does not make them see you as a helpful ally. It makes them feel a shadow cast over themselves. You are not an asset. You are a threat. Think of the scientist Galileo. He was one of the greatest minds of his age, but he needed the support of a powerful family, the Medicis, when he discovered the moons of Jupiter. Did he name them after himself? No. He called them the Medicean stars. He used his genius not to celebrate himself, but to make his patrons look good, to shine their name across the heavens. By making them look brilliant, he was allowed to continue his work in their light. The strategy is simple. Make your superiors appear more brilliant than they are. When you offer an idea, present it as if it were a natural extension of something they once said. Ask them questions that allow them to show their wisdom. Let them have the spotlight. You take the influence. Once you have made the master feel secure, your next task is to make them curious. Now that you are not seen as a threat, you must avoid being seen as an open book. Law number 2, conceal your intentions. The average person is easy to read. Their face, their words, their body language all broadcast what they want. They approach the powerful with eyes that scream, "I need something from you." This is the smell of desperation, and power finds nothing more repulsive. A predictable person is a controllable person. You must become a puzzle. When you enter a room, your purpose should not be obvious. Be friendly, be charming, but keep your ultimate goal locked away. Talk about their interests, not your own. Discuss art, a recent event, their hobbies, anything but the business you are there to conduct. This creates mystery, and mystery creates a space in their mind that they will try to fill. They will start to wonder about you. Why is he here? What does he really want? This forces them to think about you, to invest mental energy in you. Andy Warhol mastered this. In interviews, he gave strange, simple, and often contradictory answers. He was charming but impossible to pin down. This mystery made him more than a painter. It made him a cultural icon. People were obsessed with figuring him out, and that obsession was the source of his power. Be clear in your actions, but be cloudy in your motives. When they can't see what you're aiming for, they can't prepare a defense. The less they know about your real goal, the more control you have. But mystery alone is not enough. You cannot remain a puzzle forever. Once you have their attention, you must speak the only language they are guaranteed to understand. Law number 3, appeal to self-interest, not to mercy. This is the law that separates the perpetually disappointed from the perpetually successful. You need a favor. You need a connection. You need funding. The naive approach is to appeal to their kindness. You tell your story. You speak of your hard work, your struggles, how much you deserve a chance. You are asking for mercy, and to the powerful, mercy is a burden. They are surrounded by people who deserve a chance. If they helped every one of them, they would be exhausted and bankrupt. As the philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer noted, compassion is a virtue, but it is not the primary engine of human action. That engine is, and always will be, the will, the drive for one's own benefit. Do not ask for charity. Offer a transaction, but frame that transaction as an alliance. Your job is to become a detective of their needs. Find their pain point. Do they have a competitor they despise? Is there a problem in their business no one can solve? Is there a project they care about that is failing? Position yourself as the unique solution to that problem. When you talk to them, your needs are irrelevant. Their needs are everything. Don't say, "I need money to build my app." Say, I have a tool that will save you $1 million in inefficiency this year. Now you are not a beggar. You are an asset. You are a partner. Self-interest is the universal language. Speak it fluently, and every door will open. I can feel your hesitation through the screen. A part of you is recoiling. This sounds cold. It sounds calculated. It sounds manipulative. Good. That feeling is your moral compass, and it proves you've been paying attention. But you are mistaking the diagnosis for the disease. Learning how a virus works isn't evil. It's the only way to create a cure. These laws are not a guide on how to become a monster. They are a mirror showing you how the monsters and the kings already operate. This a world of cause and effect. Yet we are taught to live as if our good intentions should be enough. We are taught to be naive. But naivety is not innocence. It's the choice to walk into a storm and pretend the wind doesn't exist. These forces, ego, insecurity, self-interest, are at play in the world right now. They are in the boardroom where decisions are made without you. They are in the negotiation where you are given less than you are worth. They are in the social gathering where you are overlooked. Ignoring these laws doesn't make them go away. It simply means you will always be their victim, never their master. The existentialist philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre said we are condemned to be free. What he meant is that we are inescapably responsible for what we become. You cannot escape the choice, and to choose not to understand the dynamics of power is to choose to be powerless. It is an abdication. You are handing the steering wheel of your life to someone else and hoping they drive you somewhere nice. And this brings us back to the promise we made at the beginning. It brings us back to the anchor of value. All these laws, making the master feel secure, concealing your goals, speaking to their needs, they may seem like tactics of manipulation, but they are not. They are the scaffolding, the tools used in the construction of something deep inside you. The anchor of value is the radical understanding that your worth is not a question to be answered by others. It is a statement you make yourself. Think of an old, deep-rooted oak tree. It doesn't beg the wind to be gentle. It doesn't ask the soil for permission to grow. Its very existence is its own justification. It has an internal integrity. That is an anchor. Now think of a plastic bag, blown about by every random gust of wind. That is a life without one. The laws are how you protect yourself while your anchor takes root. Never outshine the master is how you find safe harbor to build. Hidden from the storm of their ego. Conceal your intentions is how you stop others from yanking you in 1,000 different directions before your roots are deep enough. Appeal to self-interest is how you trade with other ships without letting them raid your own supplies. This is the ultimate paradox. The only way to truly connect with powerful people is to not need them. The gravity you feel from them isn't magic. It is the pull of their own deep-seated anchor of value. They are drawn to others who have the same quality. They respect the oak tree, not the plastic bag. That is the essence of this anchor. It is an internal fortress. It is the thing that allows you to be calm in the face of disrespect, to be strategic when others are emotional, to be the voice, not the echo. Forging this isn't about becoming a bad person. It is about becoming an unshakable one. The information is now yours, and so is the burden of knowing it. You now stand at a fork in the road, and you cannot pretend it isn't there. To one side is the path you've always known. It's a comfortable path, paved with the familiar lie that the world is fair and your turn will come eventually. You can click away from this video right now. The world will shrink back to its old hazy shape. You can go back to being competent and polite. You can go back to being the ghost at the banquet. And you will feel that same old frustration, that dull ache of being invisible, the quiet anger of watching others know better than you get everything you want. You will continue to play a game where you don't know the rules, and you will continue to lose, wondering why your best efforts are never, ever enough. That is a choice to forget, to remain a piece on the board. Or there is the other path. This path is not comfortable. It demands that you see the world with cold clarity. It demands that you accept responsibility, not just for your actions, but for their results. This path is not about becoming evil. It is about refusing to be a victim. It is the path to forging your own anchor of value, piece by piece, until you are the one who is unshakable. If you are ready to make that choice, if you are ready to trade comfort for strength, if you are ready to stop asking for permission to have weight in the world, then the next step is not for me. It is for you. This is not a request. It is a contract with your future self. That subscribe button below is no longer just a button. See it as a signal. See it as the first stone you will lay in your own foundation. When you click it, you are making a silent declaration that you are done being a spectator, that you are finished being an echo, that you are ready to learn the rules. By joining this channel, you are entering a new kind of training ground. We will go deeper. We will dissect every law of power and influence. We will analyze the strategies of history's masters and the titans of today. We will give you the tools, not just to play the game, but to change the board itself. The choice is made. The contract is signed. Welcome to the real game.